Hi everybody, and today we are gonna talk about the new infantry commander Liu Che. I instantly maxed him at reset, which was 2 o'clock midnight for me. So that's why the last video didn't have any voice, because I wanted to upload it at midnight, but I don't want to wake up my parents and others. So that's basically it. I'm actually in the top 10 of the people who expertised him first. Expertised, I should say. Someone is learning me that. I watched it back, and in the details it said unlocked at reset and expertised at reset plus 1 minute. Okay, but for today we're gonna talk about Leo's pairings and Leo's pairings, talents, that stuff. At first, we will see the replay from midnight. We max him out. We almost had 1,200 legendary trophies, and well, I just maxed it. It didn't matter what order. I just did it in this way. It was the quickest for me. But yes, it was a risk for me, basically. I just stepped down a huge cliff for me as free to play with directly insta-maxing a commander, but it really paid off. I also did this with Sargon the Great. I maxed it, I think I maxed him at reset 2, or I invested a lot in him. But this is the first commander that I really insta-max at the reset where it's coming out. But Sargon was also same kind of story. There are people saying Liu Che 5551, but I don't really agree with that, because the expertise, that's what makes Liu Che very, very valuable with Sargon the Great. So 5551, then you can use him with Scipio, that's my recommendment. And if you want to pair him with Sargon to have the really best march, you would need the expertise, because that would simply trigger more of Sargon's first skill. And I will explain that in a minute. First, I did a level 8 barbarian, 48 barbarian with Scipio and Sargon together to compare, but I was like really sleepy, so it doesn't really say anything. Further, the talent tree I will show you now. This is the base tree that you're gonna use probably. You can switch some points. This one is pretty important because it doesn't matter if you lose some skill damage. And you gain the rage. Let's move on to the duels, or to the testing. First of all, we test against Yuge YSG. We are in KVK currently, so I try to equal out the stats, to equal out the difference in VIP, and to equal out the difference in KVK tech. I also say to him to remove his auxiliary skills. I did that too in this scenario, so we have kind of the same, and I compensated for his higher VIP by adding 1 blueprint with attack. He had 5% more all damage, and I have selected, I think, 10.5% attack to compensate it. The report is disastrous for him. This is one of the meta marches currently. YSG is still in use. We can see the stats are about the same. He has a bit more health. But yes, Liu Che+sargon, it works against archers. Well, he has no theme, as you can see. I don't have a theme. That's the same. We both had War Frenzy, and I just 20%. That's what I've used to compensate for his crystal tag. which was 10.5%, 10% attack and 5% all damage, you see. Then I dueled against Guan Scipio, which is the meta before this commander arrived, Liu Che. Or you could also use Sargon Scipio, but I tested against Guan Scipio and oh boy, it got melted, completely obliterated, which is good, not surprising. Both we got 100k. We got the same auxiliary skills, but I think Luna just got like 20% more health on it, so I compensated that by adding some more of the health blueprints, so it's like the same. This was the report, double 1 to 2 trade, as you can see 20% health less, and I compensated that. And also I asked her what her tech was, and the difference in tech was also like 8% attack. It wasn't that much, and here as you can see 20% health, 20.5, and this is like what the difference was 8% attack, so 10% attack. It's okay, and I don't know if you got the city theme. Later we dueled against Nevsky Joan, which had a few more stats too, and I compensated them as well. And as you can see in the report, afterwards I saw she used the armaments. Here we see the end of the duo. I didn't finish it fully. This was from Sharky, and yeah, there we see 93 against 134, so it's also beating the Cavs pretty easily. And this is, he still has, if he see, I see the stats 0.6, 0.7, so he still has the auxiliary, no, not auxiliary, I mean armaments on it. He forgot to take them off, and I took them off, which is even better. The trade would be even better for me if there was a 100% equal stats. So keep in mind in this whole video, sadly our opponents didn't have their armaments removed, which I asked them, but okay, it's not a big deal. Also, by the way, shout out to Sharky who helped me with the duels. I tried here Liu and Scipio, and what we saw directly is that it is weaker as Liu Sargon. Liu Sargon is the top tier, so I recommend you Liu Sargon. If you have Sargon, you want Liu, and if you have scipio only and not Sargon, you still want Liu, because it works better Sargon Scipio. So this is what you're gonna do. If you have Scipio, you buy this Liu Che and max it. And also if you have Sargon, you buy Liu Che and max it. And if you run 2 marches, the best 2 marches that you can run infantry are Guan Scipio as secondary march, and the primary and best march will be Liu Che and Sargon. That's gonna be your march. If you don't have Sargon, that's not a big issue. You can have Liu Che and Scipio, and a secondary march Guan Alex. Here I compensated the stats again, but I didn't see that he used armaments, so I couldn't compensate those. You can add like 10% extra profit for me, additional profit, because of this. It's like 30% of stats, I think, in armaments. That's quite a lot. And lastly we checked, how is he called again? CL, LC, Leo, I don't know. Liu Che, yeah, that was it. Liu Che with Alexander the Great. And this was surprising to me because, spoiler alert, it won, but barely. Alexander, such an old commander. It's still winning from Meta March, like Nevsky Joan. That's pretty insane. And it's winning against a March that had a little bit more stats in terms of armaments, in terms of city theme. So if it were 100% equal, it would have won just like little bit more, with let's say 3,000, 4,000 extra troops remaining, or like 1k extra severely wounded to the enemy, which doesn't look like much, but in percentage it's quite a lot, considering it's Alex, an old commander. So if you have only Alex, your main priority will still be Liu Che. It's better, it works. And let's put it this way, if you only have Alexander the Great, you're coming from KVK 3 for example, or KVK 2, you can choose between Scipio, Sargon and Liu Che. If you put Sargon Alex in a 1v1 against Scipio Alex will win. And if you put this new commander, Liu Che, with Alex against Scipio Alex, Liu Che Alex will win. So Liu Che Alex is the best if you only have Alex and nothing else. As you can see here, by the skill, the expertise skill of Liu Che, you get an extra normal attack, 25% chance for an extra normal attack. And as you can see, or scroll back, you can see that you're generating more rage, 9 extra rage. And the primary skill, which is pretty important, note it down, primary skill of Sargon gets extra procs. So you can have 5 to 10 times 500 skill damage hit, which is pretty insane. Also, you can see that the ring and horn also work on this skill. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. The normal attacks trigger almost every buff. All percentage chance buff will be triggered by it. Here you can see the talent tree that is, for me personally, I think the best. You can copy it, it's okay. Further, I'd like to say have a nice day. See you in the next one, and leave the like and subscribe, because we really want to get to 500 before the end of the year. See you later. We like this new commander. Bye.